Duval.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Duval.
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. Kudos.
Fourth Forever, welcome everybody. I just want to clear something up real quick. Obviously, you see me and Cameron here. We won't be splitting up the show anymore after this week. I will have one more football episode with Mason. I just want people to stop wondering why we're doing that. It's just because there's so much basketball going on right now, and like this tournament has been obviously dominating the news, and there's just nothing really in the football world going on, and it's really okay if Mason doesn't want to be here and talk about it. I understand completely. He does not watch college basketball, but me and Cameron do, and we want to talk about it with y'all. Mason will be back next week, though. We're only going to have the Final Four to really talk about next week, and the final game, and then we'll have draft stuff to talk about. So I'm really excited about that. But
cannot wait.
Yeah, cannot wait. And obviously we have NBA playoffs coming up and NHL playoffs coming up, so we'll have previews for both of those. Excited to have everyone back in the mix again, but again, this tournament has been incredible. Cameron, do you have anything that you want to say before we get started? How was your weekend?
Oh, I was going to jump in and start flaming college players. Weekend was good. Had a baby shower for either my niece or nephew. The gender is yet to be announced, but a lot of fun.
Is it one of those things where they know and they just don't want people to know, or are they not
they
finding
know,
out until the... Okay.
They know and they're not telling anybody, but it is very Hungry Caterpillar themed, which I think is awesome. Great book, cool. 10 out of 10. So it was a good weekend. A lot of family, a lot of fun. But how was your weekend, Brett?
I had a lot of fun, man. What did I do this week? I worked at a softball game. I reported a softball game for Texas State Saturday. Beautiful day. It was like 70 degrees out. You couldn't ask for any better weather. They lost the game, unfortunately. But still, I enjoy women's softball. It's really fun. And then Sunday, I just got to spend all day with my family. It was a great day, just nice and chill. We watched, obviously, the basketball games. My son's riding a bike now, so we've been on that. Yeah, so we've been that's been exhausting, man. But now, he's doing really good though, and I'm proud of him. So, but let's get into it, man. Let's get into college hoops real quick. Unless you got anything else you want to.
I have a trap question for you.
Okay.
And this is going to get us both canceled, so feel free to answer as honestly as possible. Is softball your favorite women's sport to watch? In my order goes softball, women's soccer, women's basketball, women's hockey. Simply because I don't watch hockey enough. And I only throw that out, and if we're cutting on this, that's fine, because one of my coworkers said that he could beat Ronda Rousey in a fight, and I had no way to incorporate my disgust at that comment.
I didn't know how you were asking the question, Cameron. I'm sorry.
I'm never going to set you up to make you look bad.
No, I'll do that myself. Don't worry.
Yeah.
As far as just watching it though, obviously just watching it. Yeah, I do like softball. I enjoy softball a lot. Volleyball, when I'm there and I'm watching, it's a lot of fun. And it gets really intense. So I think volleyball, it's an easy one to kind of get into.
Dude, I don't even know how volleyball didn't crack my top four. That's always so much fun.
It is fun. And then, yeah, I like basketball as well. And then I would have to say soccer. Yeah, I would say soccer's up there as well. A lot of sports out there. It's hard to watch them all. But whenever I get the chance.
I'm asking you simply because who shall remain nameless, my coworker had said that he would prefer, of all the women's sports, he would watch women's tennis. And I was like, that's fine, defensible, but also what?
Why?
Why? I get fine, man. If you're a tennis guy, sure, certainly. But I got pushback for saying I would watch women's softball all day. They're like, really? Have you watched college softball?
Dude,
it's electric,
softball's
dude.
Lit. I love softball.
Yeah,
dude, it's always the perfect time of the year too. So you're not really there for a bad game. These guys can slug too, man.
They can slug. They make insane plays. The weather's always nice.
And the drip too. They got good drip.
They're dripped out, 100%.
The gear is good. I will say it was a good uniform matchup. Marshall had on these black jerseys with these pinstripe pants, and Texas State had on their old Southwest Texas jerseys. It was awesome. It was a great uniform matchup. Loved it. Yeah, definitely aesthetically pleasing to the eye. When you get a good uniform matchup, but
for sure.
But also just softball is cool too. But enough about softball. Let's get into this tournament. So I have a few stats, Cameron, as we get into this this past weekend. Obviously, the big news: UConn coming back from 19 points to beat Duke. This is what we're going to talk about first. I wanted to stay in order, but this has to be discussed first. So let me give you some stats to start off before we go into this game. So, Cameron, no number one seed in NCAA history has ever blown a 19-point lead. Ever. Number one seeds were 134-0 when leading by 15 at the half until this game. And in my opinion, Cameron, the last thing I'll say, probably the two biggest choke jobs in tournament history. Duke last year and then Duke this year. And I want to ask you, which one do you think is worse? Has to be this one, right? Has to be this past year.
I think it has to be this year. The argument for last year, and you can feel free to tell me this is a stupid argument. The argument I would make for last year is that you choked with the two guys who are going to end up being Rookie of the Year and runner-up on that roster against a Houston team that was not expected to even be competitive. They were supposed to be competitive, but not expected to win.
And then almost won the national championship.
And then almost won the Natty. So I would say that one probably isn't as big of a choke job simply because once you're in the Final Four, like, nobody happens to wind up there.
And that was the best Final Four in college basketball history.
Right.
That's
like
just statistically proven.
It was a tight game. It was a great game, whatever. This was 19, 20 points, whatever. Blew them all. And then the way in which you lose, which is, and this hurts me so much because we started the March Madness segment like 3 episodes ago with me mentioning Caden Boozer's name. I'm sorry I cursed him. This is my bad.
The
Caden
foreshadowing,
Boozer
man.
throwing the worst attempt at a pass I've seen in a while, getting it picked off, and then the Duke defender, whose name I'm drawing a blank on, not even putting a hand up, standing there like Darvin Ham, hands in his pocket, while he gets a 3 just buried on him.
It was great to watch, man. It was really great to watch.
From a anti-fascist perspective, down for Duke, like down goes Duke. Absolutely, yeah. Rooting for Duke is fascist and imperialistic. But my bracket was Duke winning, so this fucked me up pretty bad.
Yeah, dude, this is a bad watch for you, I'm sure. I can't imagine the emotions as that shot went in. But as we were going on, Duke led 96% of this game. I think that's crazy. Duke absolutely dominated them the whole way through. And UConn, they went 1 for 11 from 3 in the first half, and then 4 for 12 in the second, which still isn't great. But all 4 of those coming in the final 6 minutes, so made them when it mattered the most. And Duke also turned over the ball 8 times in the second half as well. So some numbers to look at there. I just don't know what happened to Duke in the second half because they were damn near perfect playing that first half. I think they have 44. Let me see what the split was.
44-28.
Yeah, 44-28. So they're like, that's like, with that kind of score, you're like, okay, when am I getting in like the bench guys? Like, when am I getting these bench guys minutes so we can sit for the Final Four? You know, you're not thinking that UConn's going to come back from 19 or 20 points. You know, when also even throughout the comeback weren't shooting very well. So I don't know what happened to Duke, man. Just a total collapse of epic proportions, man. But for UConn, though, Terrace Reed Jr., man, he is in my eyes, probably one of the best players in this tournament. He led the way with 26 points. And he was a demon on the boards, 9 rebounds. And obviously, you had freshman Braylon Mullins put the nail in the coffin with the logo 3-pointer as time was expiring, man.
Dude, that's such a ballsy shot.
Had no choice, man. Like, because you saw it was Alex Caravan. I think originally that shot was supposed to go to him. Because it kind of looked like they were setting him maybe like, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But Duke looked like they had like started to double him, and then I think they kicked out to Caravan. And I obviously don't think the plan was for Caravan to take that shot from the logo, you know, and obviously not with time expiring as well. But and also Duke had a timeout, which is like crazier to me that like they missed that free throw. They get the ball back and just nothing. Like nothing.
Yeah.
Like how do you not call a timeout at the very least?
I get the argument and this is I've talked to people who have explained it to me because originally I was like, how do you not time out? How does it not time out? How do you not just throw the ball in the air? Like literally anything other than what happened. And of course I'm not there, so like it's very easy for me to sit here and be like, Caden Boozer, you suck. I wouldn't see the floor on a college team, so I recognize that.
Neither would I. So you're good.
Yeah, so it's just two white guys who would not be there telling you what you should do.
Who wouldn't even sniff the court.
But the argument I had heard, and the one that I give the most credence to, is you don't want to call a timeout because you don't want to give the UConn defense a chance to set up a press and potentially turn you over. Now, of course, hindsight being 2020, they turned you over anyways, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Tough loss.
Do you think in moment that was the right choice? Like throw the result away. Like, do you call a timeout anyways? Like you were just saying that like maybe it gives them a better chance, but I mean they still ended up with the ball regardless. But I think that was just more a bonehead play by Caden Boozer.
I think sub 30 seconds, sub 15 seconds, you have a timeout in your pocket. I would be inclined to keep it simply because I am too risk averse. So yeah, I'd say, look, I'm going to trust my guys. They just have to get it over half court. We just have to get it out of the backcourt, and we'd be fine. UConn brings the pressure. Caden Boozer turns it over. Mullins hits a three that like. It's one of those threes where if this was any other point in the game, you kind of just shrug and go, all right, fuck it. Like, I guess he's shooting those now. Unfortunately, it was the last shot they took, and you can't, like, that's not when you can watch and see what happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the one time you're slacking on defense, you're maybe a little slower getting back, and it's what potentially would end your career. That's
tough.
Sad, man. That's plays you always wish you get back, but.
Do you wish to take a victory lap? I danced on Peterson's grave. Do you want to dance on Boozer?
No, because Boozer still played pretty well, even though I thought he was getting bullied a little bit in the paint. Listen, it's the tournament. Anything can happen. I don't like to dance on the graves of these 18, 19-year-old kids who are, their frontal lobe isn't even developed yet, Cameron, But that being said.
You don't let the performance of teenagers dictate your emotional well-being?
I do, just not on this show. It's more in private. Yeah.
I was like, I thought we're together in this.
Yeah. No, I just don't do it as publicly, so I look like a good guy.
Yeah, so you look like a better person than me. No, I get it.
Yeah, so I can play moral high ground against you. That's really my goal. But
my last thing on the Duke UConn is, and this is going to be old man yelling at clouds. I get it. You can cut it if you feel like it. I see a lot of. It's always this one fandom. It's always Houston fans. If you're a fan of a Houston sport, whether it be the Astros, whether it be the Rockets, whether it be the Cougs, whether it be the Texans, every time your rival like loses and you were not involved in the slightest, I see
this
them.
Is a great point.
I see you celebrating like you did something, like UH lost and. Called it
very badly.
I just want to be on record.
You did.
Called
Sit on your throne, King. You called it.
I called it. They didn't have the defense. They didn't guard enough. Called it. Anyway, I see UH fans rightfully upset. Totally fine. That was a game. If you had even an average shooting night, you could be competitive in.
I was going to say that was very unheard of from this Houston team.
They always lose on like the cold night. They never are able to weather like the bad shooting night, which is it's hard to weather bad shooting nights.
But it's been the same problem for the past 3 years with Houston. It's just something that they can't seem to figure out.
And this matters because last we talked, Houston was still in the tournament. That was a tough game, but Duke loses, and I see Houston fans posting shit like, "Oh, it's so sweet to see this." You beat Duke last year.
Yeah. Oh, Duke chokes again. It's like
you beat them last year.
Yeah,
you're not involved this year. You got beat by 20 the round prior. So like I get it. Like dance on the graves of your enemies. Duke is not your enemy. If you ask a Duke fan to name their top 3 rivals, UH isn't even in the top 7.
That's like in an end game. when Scarlet Witch is talking to Thanos and she's like, "You took everything from me," and he's like, "I don't even know who you are."
Right, that does not help me in the slightest. It's like UNC is their rival.
That was only a metaphor for me.
Is their rival. Fucking every other team in the ACC makes the list before like UH. Like it was because I see it a lot with baseball.
One tournament win.
Yeah,
like,
I see it a lot with
insane.
baseball where it's like if the Dodgers lose, Astros fans are like, haha, fucking Dodgers. Hey guys, it was 9 years ago. You just gotta let it go, man. Like,
it's over. It's over. Just let it go, man. But yeah, I'm ready to put a bow on that game. I'm excited for UConn though. Did you see the end of the game too? Last thing I'll mention is Dan Hurley, like going forehead to forehead with that ref. Yeah. With his jacket half off too.
Yeah,
man.
I'm all for emotions. I'm all for letting the boys play. Dan Hurley, you're a grown ass man, Tech. Like,
yeah,
you're costing your team this game, Tech.
Was he doing that like in anger, or was he just like fired up?
It was probably fired up. Like, and I don't want it to come across like I'm a stickler. I worked as a ref in college. I refereed basketball games. Dude, I'll let you celebrate. I'll let you come up to me and talk a little crazy in that moment. Don't touch me. Don't make contact with me. Don't touch me. Don't put your hand on me. It is a technical.
He looked like he was like not even in that same universe though. Like,
he was dude, he was out of his mind.
It was like I don't know what I want to know what Dan Hurley was on because we need to bottle that up and sell it. We can make millions.
It's so sad that Duke lost because it means Dan Hurley won, and I just that doesn't like sit right. I think he has a passion for the game that I admire. I think it exemplifies itself in ways that are unbecoming of a professional. That's me basically saying I wish I was him. That's really God. I wish it was me.
God, fuck him, bro. All right. Well, let's we'll stop there with that. I'm excited for UConn to play Illinois this week, but let's get on to the let's go in order now. Arizona beating Purdue 79-64. Purdue played a great first half, man. They were up 38-31. Arizona was just lights out in that second half. They made 5 total threes, 4 coming from Braden Beeries. Every starter on Arizona contributed in a massive way. I think 4 of them were over 10. And I think the only one, I forget his name and I forget how to pronounce it, but the big 7'2" center, he only had like 6 points, but he had like 12 or 13 rebounds. He was absolutely a menace. He's one of the strongest like centers in college basketball, man. He's so fun to watch. I'm really nervous.
Mateus Krivas.
That's it.
I had to pause and figure out how to say it in my head.
Well, thank you for figuring it out. But yeah, basically him. He's awesome. Arizona is such a complete fun team, man. And I as I was just saying, Cameron, I'm very nervous as a Michigan fan. And we'll talk about the Michigan-Tennessee game later, but I'm nervous, man. I'm really nervous. I think I'm more nervous for this than I was when they played Duke in Washington, D.C., and I think Arizona is 1,000 times better than this Duke team was. So whoever wins that game, though, I think will come out, obviously, as the champion. But and also, I think this is Jaden Bradley's tournament to lose, man. It seems like it's his moment. Just every time he steps on the court, he's making big plays. Even if it doesn't light you up on the box score, he's not scoring over 30. He's still out there just leading that team. Big 12 Player of the Year. So I don't know, man. They're going to be a very tough team to beat, and obviously Purdue, a very good team, couldn't even really like joust with them in the second half. So I'll leave that up to you now, Cameron. What do you have to say about Arizona over Purdue?
Dude, it's more just a reflection again on my short-sightedness, and that's part of what I really like about the March Madness experience, and also like podcasting it is like we can always revisit where we were wrong and maybe learn something about it. I over-indexed on guys being out. I thought Mikal Brown and Aiden Holloway and all that would cripple their teams. It didn't. Not in the way I thought. I thought Arizona cruised through the regular season, and for some reason, I thought that made them like a lesser team for some reason, even though Duke did the very same, and I picked them to win. But I was just like, oh, it's too easy for Arizona. They haven't been challenged. I just think
it's the success. Sorry to interrupt you. I just think it's the success they have in the tournament, which is like up until this year was like a good year. They were maybe making the Sweet 16, but it always seemed like they were like a trap for an upset.
That's kind of where I was like, they haven't really been tested. They've lost the few losses they had were like some good teams. They've just blown out every opponent that stepped on the court in front of them. And so it's like, flowers to Arizona. I should have had faith in you. But like I like what you had said, which is just like, they're a complete team. They've just got guys everywhere who are doing winning things. If you look down their box score, it's like 18, 20, 6, 14, 14. Cool, man. In college, that plays. Like
that'll win you the game every time.
The guy who had 6 had 12 rebounds, too.
That's exactly
so it's like, oh, shit. Yeah, I guess. And then to Arizona's credit, 20 out of 22 free throws. They knocked down the free throws they had. I mean, that'll play in college. So good season. Looking forward to seeing them play Michigan. I think this will be the 2 most complete teams in college basketball facing off.
I was saying today, telling some friends that I wish that Michigan and or Arizona could just trade with either Illinois or UConn, so that way we for sure get these 2 teams in the finals. I'm excited we're getting it as a Final Four matchup. I just feel bad for Illinois or UConn, whoever has to step up against either one of these teams, man, because it's gonna be a dogfight. Dude,
Illinois and UConn making it further than I had ever thought they would.
Yeah,
because you had to go through Duke.
Well, it just goes to show that every year it's either a 1 seed or UConn.
Right.
We have a 3/4 chance of that happening. So it's just insane that no matter how crazy of a season it is, it's always going to be these blue bloods and UConn. It's
right.
insane.
Goddamn Hurley.
All right. Well, speaking of Illinois, beat Iowa 71-59. Illinois, we talked about it, Cameron. They won a very ugly game against Houston, and I do kind of want to get into this Houston team a little bit later. But I think Illinois came a little better against Iowa, and they kind of had a slow ending to their season. They only won 2 of their last 5 games, and they got bounced by Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament in the first round. So I thought they were kind of maybe if I listen back to our bracket show, Cameron, I probably had mentioned that I thought maybe they were a potential upset kind of team. And credit to them, man. They've played well, whoever has been in front of them. But I have this take, just because I'm an Illinois hater. So I will say that I think they had a Mickey Mouse path to get to this point. So, I mean, good for you, but, you beat a 14 seed Penn, great. You beat an 11 seed VCU, great. You beat a very inconsistent Houston team, great, and then a 9 seed Iowa, great. Probably the best team you played in those 4 games is Iowa. And, no offense to Iowa, very well coached, very good team.
God, you're a hater.
I mean, Arizona went through Utah State, Arkansas, and Purdue, and will now play Michigan. That's just, you're talking about, a cakewalk. To me, again, I'm just an Illinois hater.
100%.
I know how good they are. I'm very scared of them. I think I picked UConn earlier today to beat them. I'm now kind of walking that back a little bit because they're just so good, man. Illinois is a really good team. We didn't talk about them a lot, obviously, because they're kind of mixed into that very deep Big Ten. So I don't know. The bracket just has to fall your way, man. And here we are. We're at a Final Four that I don't know if anyone predicted, but what do you got on Illinois, man?
I guess I'll start with the Houston game. Tough. I had said that if Illinois can just guard well enough to muck up Houston offense a little bit, they'll probably win. Turned out to be the case. And it was not a pretty game. Houston shot 34% from the field, 28% from 3. Iowa didn't shoot much better, 43% and 39%.
It wasn't like a shootout.
Yeah, it wasn't like they got waxed. The difference was Illinois out rebounded Houston, and ultimately that's kind of the story of the game. Mm-hmm. But the next game, the Iowa-Illinois, that was in Houston. I didn't get to go because tickets were $1,000.
Yeah, I was going to say that was something we were maybe thinking about going to, and then it just the price got outrageous.
Tickets were awful. But Keaton Wagler at 25. He's grown on me. He's building the case where I'm like, fuck. Picking the top 10 when we do our boards is going to suck.
Tough, man.
It's going to suck. I'm going to put Peterson at 6th, and people are going to be like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, I have to put Acuff and Wagler over him. I'm so sorry. That's just.
Yeah, and I don't know NBA GMs are doing that necessarily, and I'm not like it could really go
Right, yeah.
You could really slot it either way, like, and I don't think you're wrong. Like, obviously, but we'll get to more NBA draft stuff eventually. But as the time goes on, and as these guys have kept playing well throughout this tournament, it's like, well, dang, who are we gonna take? who are we gonna take if we're like sitting here at 4 and Diabansta, Wilson, Boozer's off the board? Like, who are we gonna go with?
It's awesome. It's frankly, it's a ton of fun to sit here, and obviously we don't know anything, but it's like, yeah, I think Darius Acuff is going 5th, and there's gonna be some GM who's like, actually, Chris Scenic, we're gonna pick him. Like, yoink.
we were afraid he was gonna get taken next pick, so we had to take Chris Scenic at 5 overall.
Right, but no, like Illinois, Iowa. Again, not a clean game. Illinois shot really well from the field, 47%, 18% from 3. So I think that's unfortunately maybe a testament to Illinois' offense, that you can find it, you can get it done even on nights you're not necessarily rolling from the field. They out rebounded Iowa. They made their free throws. They shot more free throws. I don't know if we need to overthink it. Iowa had a great run. Sad to see it end.
Yeah, props to Iowa, man. What a fun year for them.
We were joking about Texas being the Cinderella story. Iowa had just as much of a claim to that. I mean,
I think so.
Sweet 16, Elite 8 as a 9 seed. That's
You
Cinderella enough.
can't sneeze at that, man. That's pretty good, and especially a year where it's their. Texas is, I guess, the same story, but it's the first year with their new head coach, but Iowa's not really expected to be there, at this time of the year. Like, we're expecting them in the first round to, like, maybe win. And obviously, it's a 9 seed and 8-9 matchup.
Right.
You don't really know, but yeah, good for them making it this far, man. It was a lot of fun to watch them. They're going to be a problem for years to come, because Ben McCollum's going to be able to recruit like crazy now.
In memoriam, they beat Clemson, they beat Florida, and they beat Nebraska. That's I'll say it, a harder path than the Illinois path.
Yeah, thank you, Cameron. You're cooking, man.
You knocked off number 1 Florida. Now, granted, did Florida fail to execute in the last 30 seconds? Yeah. You win. That's how it goes.
Speaking of failed to execute, did we mention the Nebraska-Iowa game where the Nebraska went out with 4 players?
No, we haven't.
Did we not talk about that felt like an eternity ago, man.
Yeah.
I think the UConn game kind of saved Nebraska's coach Fred Hoiberg there for at least another season, because oh boy, man, you're talking about like the final minute, probably like the most important possession in Nebraska basketball history, and it's like, yeah, fuck it, man, take a chill.
You got 4.
Like, let's just go. Yeah, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Hockey, you can play down, right? You can play with less people.
Sometimes you have to, and it still isn't as embarrassing as like what Nebraska did against Iowa. That was just insane.
Dude,
credit to Iowa.
I remember being in high school in a situation like that. It was a normal game. It was not like a game with consequences. It was like tie game. There's like 45 seconds left. Coach breaks timeout. We get on the floor. I'm looking around. I'm like, there's only 4 of us. Like, our lead guard had not come out on the floor, and the ball was inbounded. I was like, oh, dude, we're fucked.
No.
Yeah, we got.
How does that happen? How does obviously you just were talking about how it happened. How does that happen?
Here's the thing. I have no idea, because it wasn't like I didn't step on the floor when I was supposed to. Like, you could survive without me. We had 2 other guys roughly my height. This was our lead guard. This was like the guy who had the ball.
He's just like, nah, I'm good.
We all got our asses lit up. We were running after the game. I was like, that's not even our fault, coach.
I'm sorry that the guard was just like taking a back seat.
I'm sorry. The team captain didn't fucking step on the court. That's not my fault.
Just lounging, man, like looking at the student section. I'm sorry, man. That's not my problem.
But no, dude. I mean, happens. You hate to see it there. I love to see it there. That's awesome.
I love it, man. All right, let's go in this last game of the weekend. I don't have much to say. Obviously, I'm very ecstatic about Michigan beating Tennessee 95-62. There was never even a chance, Cameron. I know, like I what game was it that Michigan played last? Why am I blanking? No, against Alabama, where I was saying that
Where
like
I was
they'll toy around for the
I
first
was
half
shit
and then they'll
talking
pull
you.
away.
Yeah.
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 You were trying. You can't shit talk me in the Wolverines, man. Come on, brother. Come on.
I was shit talking you / I needed reassurance that like this bracket wasn't also going to explode.
Like, please, brother, I need this. You had Michigan in the final too, as well, right?
One of my brackets is Michigan winning, not the one I submitted for us, but one of my other bracket is Michigan. That's the only hope I have.
My other bracket was Florida, so that one is
Tough
long
bounce.
gone. Yeah, that was bad.
That's a tough one.
Yaxel Lenborg, though, man, he's
so good.
He's the best player in college basketball. Like
good.
I really don't know what else to say. He just everything he does is to damn near perfection. He can shoot from 3. He's a demon on the boards, demon in the post, like, and he's fast too. Brings the ball up the court. Like he's gonna be a nice piece on an NBA team.
He's also 23.
I understand the age thing.
I'm just
that.
putting it out there for the listeners.
Right. No, I think that's important to note because obviously these older guys can dominate these younger guys in college. That's fully valid. I think if he was 19 though, I think we're not even
If
considering.
he was
the other
19, he's
3.
Cam Boozer.
I think he's going number 1 overall. I don't
Yeah.
even think we're talking about Darren Peterson, Di Bansto, or Boozer. Like I think he's going number 1. But the fact that he's 23 means he's probably going to go like mid lottery.
Dude,
like
he's
that
gonna
blows
go to
my
the
mind.
Spurs or the Thunder, and it's gonna be like,
That-
why did we let them take him?
Yeah, he's probably the most complete player, most mature player going into the draft, and he's gonna, like you said, he's gonna fall to either the Thunder or the Spurs. He's gonna dominate for 5-6 years to come, and we're gonna be like, what? Why did we let that happen? How did we let him fall to 14, 15 in the draft?
It's sorry. Anything else on the game before I?
No, I really don't have anything, man. Tennessee, props to Tennessee on beating Iowa State. Granted, they were without Justin Jefferson, their AP All-American. I will still say flowers were their due. Tennessee making the Elite Eight, which is not something that they normally do. So props to them. It's just unfortunate that they had to go against Michigan.
Yeah, it should be said once you get to like the Elite Eight, like you had a good season. That is a successful season. That is something you can be proud of. Unfortunately, you ran into the meat grinder that is Michigan. On Tennessee's side, and again, I mainly look at it through like the NBA side. Nate Ament has not covered himself in glory this tournament run. He's had moments. He's had even a game or two, but I'm just not super impressed. And I wonder how recency bias is going to affect his draft stock. Obviously, there are guys who've watched him and have tabs on him more than I have, but just watching him, I'm like, can he actually do anything, or am I like being duped?
I wonder the same thing, Cameron, because I'm trying to like get high on him because obviously like he's one of these amazing freshmen that everyone keeps talking about, but like I think if you have to draft Nate Ament, you drew the short stick. Like, and not saying that he's a bad player, not saying he's going to be a bad piece, but
yeah, like if you
so
got
many players better than him.
If you got Nate Ament at 12, I'd go shit. Hey, pick him up, right? See what you can work with. If you got him at 17, I'd be like, at that point, I'd go, you probably have to pick him up. But why have 16 other teams pass on him? If you pick him 6th, hey, man.
And I have a feeling that's gonna happen, man. That he's gonna sneak into like to the top 10 with one of these teams that maybe just want like a lengthy guy who can move and can shoot, and it's just they would rather take like a raw prospect rather than like this polished, like in comparison to like Kingston Flemings or like Keaton Wagler, we were talking about already, and who's the guy Michael Brown from Louisville. Like there's gonna be teams who like maybe have him higher on the board than like those other guys, and it's just because like, oh, he's 6'10", oh, he moves incredibly well, oh, he shoots well sometimes. Like
there's definitely
let's see if we
shades
can
of
fix
like
him.
like Michael Porter Jr., and that's great. You just hope the shot develops, but that's definitely somebody somewhere has that on their board of like shades of MPJ. It's like, oh, you want to wager your job on that one? Like, are you sure about that? On the flip side, though, in draft talk, Yaxel is going to fall to the same fate Desmond Bain did, which is like he's old coming out of college. He doesn't have that high of an upside. Look, if Cam Boozer's going number 1 or even top 3, and I've kind of cooled on him number 1. I'd still probably put him number 2.
I would agree with that.
Yaxel, I don't think goes past 12. He shouldn't. I mean, especially if you're in the situation where you're ready to win now, such as the Spurs or the Thunder or anyone else who sneaks into that through a trade or whatever, pick them up.
Hornets.
Dude, if the Hornets get Yaxel, it'll be your best day ever, I think.
My new team, the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah.
What
a way to reintegrate me into the Charlotte culture, like bringing a Michigan man in.
Dude, I mean, Yaxel's good. I love Ademara. I want him so badly on my team.
I've been saying that, dude. I love him. I think he got robbed for one of those AP Player of the Year spots, but
I watch him.
People are figuring it out now.
Yeah, I watch him, and again, I watch him in the context of surrounded by Mo Johnson and Yaxel Lindenberg. But I'm like, fuck, he does so many things well.
I will say though, even with those guys, I still think his contribution is far more valuable than guys like Morris Johnson or Trey McCann.
Right.
Like maybe not the Axel Lindenberg, of course, but like it's just that in the context of that Michigan team, obviously they're loaded, as we were saying, but he is just so good. Like he is just so good, and like it's just he does everything well. Like he's 7'3", he moves around really well. He's got a shot on him. Like he's taking long shots, man, and he's got a good smooth stroke. I love him, man. Like I don't know where he's gonna fall. I think he'll probably fall in like late teens to 20s in the draft.
Certainly, yeah.
And that's fair, I guess. But I don't know, man. I love him. I've been high on him for a while. You've known that, so.
Yeah,
I don't have any more to say on him, man.
He's converted me. My only thing, Ademara, get more than 4 rebounds, and then I have no qualms with you.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that game was over. They didn't really need him to be rebounding.
I don't care. You're 7'2". Get the fucking ball off the rim.
What do they call it? Stat padding? Yeah, just start stat padding, man.
You know what they'll call you? Big for nothing. Use the fucking size, dude.
Right. Yeah, man, like there's so much pressure. We've talked about this before. So much pressure as like a 7-footer that like you better play basketball or else you're useless to society.
Oh, you're 7'2". It's either basketball or I guess volleyball, but it's one of the two, buddy.
Yeah, it's either you play basketball or people are going to ask you if you've played basketball your whole life. So pick one.
Might as well.
Might as well just play basketball and say yeah. So that way, like people aren't like, oh, well, that sucks. Like. What's all this for then?
Yeah, dude, I'm 6'5" and I get that question. They're like, "You play football? No, ma'am. You play basketball? Used to. Oh, what happened? I'm white and can't jump. Yeah, like that's basically
0.00001% of the population plays sports at a high competitive level. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm 6'5" and I can rim graze. That's my issue, I think. Right. So.
Yeah, shocking. An NBA team isn't really knocking on my door for that. But
dude, a side topic. I was in college and I was checking into the rec center at Sam Houston. So D1 school, a lot of D2, D3 guys who have used up their eligibility. And I was like checking in. I had I'm one of those guys. I've got my backpack with my shoes on in the backpack, so I'm not mixing. I'm not wearing them out. I've got a ball in the bag. Checking in. Nice. It's a student rec center. Girls like, oh my God, like how tall are you? And I didn't recognize that she may have been hitting on me. So I was like, oh, 6'5". And she was like, oh my God, that's like the same height as James Harden. And I was like, yeah, I think so. But he's kind of oversized for the one spot and he plays more of a 2. And I don't think I shoot as well as him. And I'm also right-handed. And I said all of that out loud.
Yeah, I love that you're breaking down James Harden like game tape.
And this was like 2018 James Harden.
As this girl is probably trying to like.
This was like 50 points a game, James Harden.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, yeah, I don't score as well as him, and I'm not no shit. You don't score as well as him, bro. Like she tossed you the ball and you threw it out of bounds. So
hey, but you get 7 points in that rec league game. You basically are James Harden.
Yeah, man. You know, not to brag, but I didn't play on the white guy course. So
ooh. Watch out, y'all. Watch out for Cameron, man. He's playing on the real deal courts. All right, let's get into this Final Four, man. Illinois versus UConn and Michigan, Arizona. We're here, Cameron. We finally made it. We got 3 games left in the college basketball season. What a season it's been. We obviously have a lot of NBA to go. I want to hear how you think this is going to go, who you think is going to advance, and who do you think will win it all?
Oh, I think
These games are both a massive toss-up to me.
yeah, we can sit here and admit like, hey, it's probably coin toss either way. I think it'll go UConn by like 6.
I think less than that. Illinois is the favorite by 2.5. By the way,
Are they really?
I think that's a. I think I would
that's
take
a lot.
UConn. I think that would take UConn. Yeah, I think that's a lot as well, man. I kind of agree with you, man. Like, and as I was saying earlier in the episode, I might have to walk that back, but it's like, man, like.
Christ, I'm looking at it
tough,
now.
man.
Illinois
It's
is 60% favorites. That's crazy. I would take
Yeah, there's obviously
UConn.
something they know that we don't. Like, and I'm not saying that there's like injuries or anything, but like certainly there's an element to it that
I just
they
think
see.
I think UConn has a very interesting kind of sort of unique-ish ability of like if you're a better team than them, they'll drag you down into the mud, and if they're better than you, they're not going to play around. I think that's part of the Dan Hurley effect. And I say 6 just because I envision UConn pulling away. Dude, it may be 1-2 points. On the other side of the bracket, I pick Michigan. I'm going to stick by Michigan. It's really.
I have a tough time picking that though. Like that's.
You've
Like,
had
I
a
don't feel
tough time
good
picking
about.
Michigan all tournament.
I got to keep saying it.
I'll pick Michigan. It's just gonna. This is such a nothing burger of a statement. It's just gonna come down to who out executes the other, which is like, yeah, no shit. That's what it always comes down to.
But these teams are so evenly matched, and they're kind of the same in that way too, where it's like they don't shoot the three incredibly well, very gritty on defense, and like you said, they can just drag you in the mud and take you to a place where like you might have to get a little uncomfortable.
Dude, this is awesome. Michigan is favored by like 3 whole %, 51.9 to 48.1.
I don't like that. They also have a 1.5 point spread lead.
That's sick. So yeah, I'll say UConn, Michigan, and then I'm gonna say Michigan wins. And I had said that Michigan would beat UConn, or I said Michigan would beat Duke, but Michigan will beat UConn. The combined score will be 113 points. It'll be a rock fight.
Yuck. Yeah, I'm the exact same as you. I think I pick UConn over Illinois. In that little bit that you were talking there, you kind of talked me into it. So I think UConn, and obviously I take Michigan over Arizona. Michigan beating UConn. I'm gonna say that's gonna be I think it'll be a high scoring affair on one side of the ball, and you obviously know what side of the ball I'm talking about. So
Really? You think UConn's gonna score like that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Don't you know Terrace Reed, man? He's gonna have 50. No, I'll say 125. I think that's a pretty good number.
It's a better number than I picked.
It's just a little higher than yours. That's all.
Yeah.
What if I would have picked 113.5? What would you have?
If you Price is Right me, I'm just logging off right now.
113.1.
113.0001.
Ooh, yeah, I'll lock that in.
Well, man, what a fun college basketball season, man. I'm sad that that's coming to an end and that we're kind of wrapping it up, but there's always next year, I guess. But man, what a season it's been. Let's move on to NBA now.
Wait, before we go, can I pivot to women's college basketball real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you see the Duke LSU game that was like Friday night?
I didn't know.
I
saw that Michigan was playing Texas tonight, actually, as well.
Yeah. Do you even know what I'm about to say about the Duke LSU game?
No, you gave me a million guesses. I wouldn't know what you're going to say. So
Oh, buddy, you are in for a treat. When you have time, and this goes to anybody who has not seen it, look up the last shot of that game. LSU is trailing basically the entire game. At one point,
Duke?
LSU Duke, women's college basketball. If you search it, the first autocomplete is buzzer beater. And while you look at it, I'll set it up. LSU had been trailing basically the entirety of that game. The game plan on LSU's side seemed to be giving Michaela Fulwiley the ball and letting her isolate. Flau'jae Johnson did fine. Nobody else. You see the shot?
It's playing really loud. 1 sec, I can't hear you.
Nobody
Put this
else
commercial in real quick.
seemed to be able to do anything on LSU side. I was livid at LSU. I thought Kim Mulkey was committing coaching malpractice, and then miraculously in the fourth quarter, it's like a tie game, and
Wow, what a shot!
Duke LSU are trading blows. LSU goes ahead by 1. Ball goes out of bounds, and with something like 3 seconds left, Duke inbounds the ball.
2.6, yeah.
Yeah, 2.6.
Right now.
God, I've got a locked-in mental state. With like 2.6 seconds left, Duke inbounds the ball to their senior Ashlyn Jackson.
Makes
who,
a great play on that shot, by the way,
pass
as well.
fakes to get the LSU defender off, and then hits a 3 that rolls around the rim like 3 times.
Yeah, it was
and
cool.
Very nearly rolls out.
Yeah, that was a great shot. You could see on the court like everybody just like watching the ball as it's like spinning in there. Very fun.
It
Very
was
cool.
It was awesome. So I just want to throw that out. Shout outs to Duke women's basketball. Great game, great shot. Sorry to LSU women's basketball.
Wow, it did almost rim out. That's crazy.
Dude, it was the closest thing to a Kawhi Leonard shot that I've seen since Kawhi Leonard's shot, where like you thought she just overshot it and it was going to rim out and LSU was going to win, and it just doesn't. It just keeps rolling down the basket.
A great shot. Good call there, Cameron. I'm glad I saw that.
Hey, I'm locked in on these women's games, bro. That was electric. That was awesome. The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, why isn't LSU running a set? Why is it just isolation? Run the fucking horns action. And it's just like Duke is just out executing. They're getting any shot they want. LSU can't stop them. And then it's like LSU goes on a stretch of 4 minutes where Duke does not score. Just like turns the water off. And I'm like, oh fuck, here we go.
Turns the water off.
It was a good time.
Yeah. All right. So, did you have anything on NBA? I know you said you had one story you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. NBA is going awesome. As you know, your Charlotte Hornets kind of lightened it up. They clinched play-in position in the 4th seed.
Let's not say lightened up. They've lost 1 game in like the past 10. So I wouldn't call it lightening up.
Okay.
They're I get defensive about my Hornets, man. I'm sorry, I can't let you.
You're right. I should speak better about your Hornets. My deepest apologies.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought you were going to come in here and talk about my Hornets like that for.
Do you have anything you want to say about your Hornets before I get into my stuff?
I don't, man. I just think Colin Kneppel should maybe. I just have one thing. I think maybe Colin Kneppel should be considered and probably should win Rookie of the Year.
I'd agree.
I think just based off of how well Charlotte's been and how well and how big of an impact he's had for Charlotte, obviously making the play-in. Now the 10 seed, I don't think there's any way that they could slide out of the play-in, unfortunately. I think where they're at is probably where they're going to be. They'll have to go through the Heat, Magic, or 76ers, it looks like. So I don't know. I'm happy to see it, and I'm happy that we'll get Charlotte Hornets basketball playoff early. And I don't know if you consider the play-in playoffs. I don't know if the league
considers it playoffs, but I do. I personally do.
If my team's in it, I consider it playoffs. If not, it's a waste of time.
Spoken like a true fan.
By the way, your team is also in the 10th spot for
talk to me.
For the play, and that's not a. I'm not saying that as a diss.
No, I only say that because look at our respective teams' records. You're 39 and 36. I'm 36 and 30. I'm sub 500, and the bottom of the West is so dog shit. The Warriors.
Oh my God, I just
Warriors
saw the
cannot
West
fall
standings.
are out of 10th.
Yeah, it says PB, which I guess it just means they're locked in to it.
Yeah, so
clinch play-in.
the Warriors, are 10 games ahead of the Grizzlies, and we're the 10th seed.
Holy cow, the Rockets have slipped big time too.
Oh, the Rockets have slipped. Don't worry, I got a bullet for them. But yeah, NBA has been awesome. Your Charlotte Hornets have made an improbable run. I would consider Colin Kneppel the Rookie of the Year. In general, I don't think records should factor into Rookie of the Year in most cases. I saw what Charlotte was like last year. I see what they're like this year. Absolutely, the turnaround is.
He's been the difference maker.
And the Mavs have not been good. They're 24 and whatever that makes them. So I think Khan should be Rookie of the Year. People didn't think it would happen starting the year. I think it's good to have a little mix-up. The rest, the East is a clusterfuck. The Pistons, we should say, we didn't cover it last time. Cade Cunningham out with a collapsed lung.
That's right. I forgot we talked about that.
Yeah, so that's tough, man. I hope he gets better. Hope he takes the time he needs. Disappointing for the Pistons as a basketball organization, but this is certainly
scary for an athlete like that to be having a situation like that. So
certainly an injury bigger than basketball. I hope he gets well soon. And it kind of puts a little bit of a damper on the Pistons season. And also on the fucking 65-game rule for the NBA. Because you know who can't qualify for All-NBA anymore?
That sucks, man.
Cade Cunningham. Adam Silver, this is your fault.
Potentially would have won MVP as well.
He could have, due to the 65-game rule, if the people ahead of him were ineligible. So it's awesome that now we have to talk about the minimum threshold. The Celtics, like we all expected, are in second. They've locked in second, actually. They can finish no worse than sixth. They will be in the playoff and not be in the play-in. I don't know what to say. Jason Tatum has come back, and he hasn't been Jason Tatum, but he's been 75% of Jason Tatum. He's
more than you can ask for it. I mean, at this
scoring
early on,
fucking 25 a game, like.
You're
cool.
sitting here like, oh, I guess good enough, but whatever.
Dude,
like 25 points for Jason Tatum.
If I exploded my Achilles, you wouldn't see me back on a basketball court. I would.
Ever.
Hey, man, it's been awesome. Like, I'm just gonna go hang out with my kid now.
It's time, man. I'm sorry. I'm done. But I just can't believe it, man. I guess it's kind of been more of a resurgence of Jaylen Brown, though. Like, he's kind of proven everyone that he is a legit player.
I wouldn't put him as an MVP, but I would certainly put him on All-NBA first team. He kept the team kind of steady. That's not entirely fair. I mean, the Celtics, shocking fact, which you may not know, the Celtics are actually better with Jaylen Brown off the floor than they are with on the floor this year.
Interesting.
Can you name anyone else on the Celtics besides Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum for me?
I know Peyton Pritchard's on there because he got the Caitlin Clark comparisons.
Yep.
I know Derek White, obviously.
There you go.
Who else? Is Baylor Shireman still in the Celtics?
Baylor Shireman's up there, yeah.
Okay. You said I can't name Brown, but I can name Tatum, right?
I mean, yeah, we know Tatum's on there.
But that's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's better than I expected, I'll be honest. The Celtics have been the power friendship team. So Baylor Shireman, Peyton Pritchard, Hugo Gonzalez, Jordan Walsh. They have Nikola Vucevic now. And
Has he been playing, though?
He started playing. I think he's been out for a while now.
Okay.
But they've been getting it done, and they'll face the winner of the play-in at the 7th seed. So right now it would be like the 76ers. So fuck, dude. The East is going to be a ton of fun. And in the West, Thunder have locked in postseason. Spurs have locked in the postseason. It'll be a lot of fun. Lakers still hanging in third. Couldn't tell you how. Luka's averaging 40 a game. LeBron is the best role player anybody's ever seen in the history of the NBA. And they're hanging in third. The Rockets have dropped to 6th.
That's insane to me, man. Like,
injuries, certainly. The fact that Ime Udoka is not quite as flexible a coach as he needs to be, definitely. And the fact
because
that
they're deep, man. Like,
they don't have a point
they
guard.
have a deep bench. I know they don't have a point guard, but it's still a deep bench. Like, and
It
45
is.
and 29, nothing to sneeze at, whatever. But
good season,
not where you
right?
want them to be, right?
Yeah. I think it's a step back from last season where they were the 2 seed, but that's, I mean, you get Kevin Durant. I don't think you expect a step back, but you lost Fred VanVleet, who was more important than I think even Rockets fans had realized. Certainly more important than I had realized. I thought they'd be a little bit better than this. And then my Golden State Warriors, without Steph Curry, we don't have to spend too much time on them.
And those stupid poverty Grizzlies, screw them.
The poverty Grizzlies who are going to tank, who may tank themselves into a pretty nice draft pick.
Who I will be a fan again if they get a top 5 pick.
What if they draft like Yaxel at like 11?
I'd take that too because they have 2 picks in the first round, so it's a chance that there's a very good chance that somehow they slide away with one of these really good point guards and Yaxel Lindenborg. Like you talk about a rebuild. That's a pretty good place to start.
Pretty good start. It would make me happy for you. I am consigned to misery. I get to watch Gui Santos.
Oh my God,
be the.
I can't
be
let
the
you
leader of
talk
my
like
team.
that though. I can't let you talk like that. Acting like the rest of your life hasn't been just absolutely tremendous.
What, you think the rest of my basketball career has been easy? You think 2015 watching the Warriors win was easy? I was so nervous that they were going to lose. You think 2016 was easy when LeBron James beat my
Best finals of all time.
You think I enjoyed watching every second of 7-game series between 2 of the greatest players of all time? 2018.
God, you must have been heartbroken.
You think I enjoyed Kevin Durant coming to my favorite team to play with my favorite player and also DeMarcus Cousins? You think that was easy?
Yeah, you think after everyone said Steph Curry was washed and they still won a championship, you think that was easy for me?
You think when they beat the Boston Celtics in 2022 with Andrew Wiggins, that was easy for you? Think seeing my GOAT light the Boston Celtics up was easy for me?
Yeah, you think I enjoyed that?
I did. I watched every single game of the Buffalo Wild Wings. It was awesome.
Very much. Probably the best time of my basketball watching life, if I had to be honest.
Right. No. Yeah. Look, whatever they get, they deserve. I get to see a lot of young guys and a lot of guys who
They're gonna be fine. They're in such a good market. They spend money.
they'll be fine. They're just not going to be
fine.
fine until Steph Curry retires, and that's like not his fault. They just won't spend money on him, which is fine. Sure, I got I've watched 4 titles. I don't have 4 titles, but I've watched 4 titles, and that's more than some fans can ask for.
To bring hockey into this a little bit, they kind of remind me of how they're treating Steph like the Pittsburgh Penguins are treating Crosby, where it's like, you've been such a legend for us. You've done everything and more we could ever ask of you. We'll keep you until you retire, but like we're just gonna kind of until then. And it's like maybe we'll bring in some of your friends, and then we'll just we'll see from there. But they're still going to be in the play-in, so good for them.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's really what I hope for Stephen Curry.
We're gonna have big implications on this podcast for the play-in tournament. Charlotte Hornets and the Warriors both in the 10 spot. That's awesome.
I can't wait for the Warriors to lose and Charlotte to win, and I have to go, guess I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan.
Yeah, right. By the way, you mentioned to me before the show. Show the audience your drip.
Yeah, I'll give you guys one guess. I'll give you one guess in 5 seconds. Who is on this Cleveland Cavaliers jersey? You ready? It's Darius Garland. He doesn't even play for him anymore. Got it for $20 at Dick's. So
shout out Dick's, man.
This is my new podcasting attire. But if you don't know it's a jersey, I just look like a douchebag with my shoulders out.
I swear to God, I thought you just had like a Jordan White beater on.
No, baby.
I thought you just got back from the gym or something and just like hopped on.
I'm repping the Mistake by the Lake, Cleveland, baby.
Mistake by the Lake. Speaking of Ohio, that's where I should have mentioned before. That is where Mason's at right now. He's in Columbus working. So
disgusting. I'm sure he's having a blast.
He said the weather's beautiful there right now. So
I bet. The last thing on the NBA that we want to touch on is former number 5 draft pick in the 2022 draft, Pistons legend Jaden Ivey was waived by the Chicago Bulls today after a homophobic tirade on Instagram Live. I see a lot of discourse around it. And I would just like to remind everybody that the First Amendment only applies to the government prosecuting and persecuting you. The NBA and the Chicago Bulls as an entity are private. So we don't have to give any more credence to it than that. But Ivey has been waived after appearing for 4 games and was recently declared out for the season as he rehabbed / the Bulls tanked. So wherever he ends up next, I hope he gets the support and the help he needs. But pretty big, pretty shocking news that he was waived. So.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, man. It's just it's just I'm all for everybody having their opinion, and like obviously that's the best part about living in this country is like you said, we can have an opinion without the government coming to strike us down for opinions. That's easily one amendment to me. If we're drafting the Constitution,
one amendment to the founding fathers as well, right?
Yeah,
That
obviously,
sits 1-1.
Yeah, big reason for the American Revolution for people who don't know, but yeah, you can't have it, man, because regardless of what you think of it, it's a poison to have in the locker room, and it's just a distraction at this point because now, even though the bowl season is like seemingly done, obviously they're just kind of riding out the wave. This is now like a very like negative spotlight put on them, and no attention is bad attention, I guess. But in this instance, I think the front office would look bad keeping a guy who made, I won't say anything he said, but comments like he did, and like you said, Cameron, I hope he gets the help he deserves. No one's irreparable, I guess I should say. I think he'll be fine. He's a fine young player. I know that the production has gone down quite a bit since his injury, but I think he'll be just fine coming out of this. Obviously, this will follow him for the rest of his life. He's gonna have a tough lesson to learn on keeping your mouth shut. Unfortunately,
yeah. And the obvious sort of counterpoint or foil we should also at least acknowledge is yes, he was cut for the things he had said. Yes, Miles Bridges is still in the NBA. I agree with you that neither should be. And I would also probably agree with you that what Miles Bridges did is far more destructive to a brand and an image, but that's not our choice. We don't make the calls. And I guess we have to leave it on that, which is the NBA as an organization is not perfect, and we can only hope they do better.
Yeah, it's anyone who's like, I'm not going to say that no one has the right to be mad at this, but anyone who is like, anyone who is like vocal about this and is like, he should not be on a team, he should never get a chance again, and then you go and root for the NFL, like,
right?
Unfortunately, you don't have a case to. I won't say we. I don't support anything he said. They don't have a case to stand on. It's the way that business kind of runs in these professional sports leagues. We know that these guys probably aren't the best people. We know that maybe they aren't the most critical thinkers, but they can play sports really well. And that's all I need them to do.
They can catch the ball so well. This is not us saying shut up and dribble. That's not what we're leading towards either.
No. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, because it was kind of getting to that, and I'm sorry. I do not mean to do that.
You should feel free to speak your mind, speak your opinion, stand for what you believe in.
Last show that we will have separate. We'll have everyone together again next week. We'll have one more show coming out after this one with me and Mason talking football, but then again, we'll have everyone on again, and we won't do these split shows anymore. And it's just a weird time in the sports calendar where not a lot's going on this one side, but everything's happening on the other. So yeah, we need to be on top of it, and anyone who wants to talk about it can come on. So, but that'll do it. Fourth and Forever. Thank you guys again. Like and subscribe to the video if you haven't already. Again, Cameron, thank you. You do very well in these basketball shows, man. You always bring it. So it's always tough keeping up with you when you're talking hoops, man. You're very good at it. So. And I hope people enjoy listening to you as well. I think they do. So thank you all again. Peace out, and enjoy your weekend.